had to stop all that because I was getting treatments and I was being treated for a blood cancer. It was a lymphoma. You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
I'd come home and I'd start working on my camera. I'd start working on picking up some clients. I took a step out on faith to see where this was going to go, and it has boomed. I'm born in Romania, which is a country in Europe. Had a life of living in an orphanage, and I was adopted when I was 5. I've just been so blessed to also work in a field in social work where it's been such a blessing to be able to give my part of my story of being an orphan and now helping others.
Compete at the bottom, you collaborate at the top.
Never say never.
All right, and we are back. Hey, joining me in the studio, you've probably seen him around town and probably seen some of his work if you are out on social very much. We got Rob Staff with Portrait Perfect by Rob. How we doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you coming down.
Yeah.
Beautiful day in Springfield. Got the 4th of July weekend and all that fun stuff. So.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, but it's certainly going to be hot as well. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about your business in a minute, but let's learn a little bit about you, man. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah. So, man, I grew up born in Romania, which is a country in Europe. And so had a life of living in an orphanage, and I was adopted when I was 5 from the orphanage there, and then came to the U.S. And so I've been here almost 28 years now, but I was adopted to an American family, 2 American siblings of their own. But I've had the most amazing just life here. We talk about having a new life, and just life in America is being richer in those ways. So, but I went through the school systems here in elementary all the way through Springfield High for high school, and go Senators.
There you
And
go. There you
so, but yeah, and then
beautiful new school coming up, or beautiful new parts of the school coming up. So.
Yeah, they do. It's looking really great. And so then through college here as well, and I've just been so blessed to also work in a field in social work where it's been such a blessing to be able to give my part of my story of being an orphan and now helping others. That I've had such an incredible career path in that, and so rewarding. But looking through all the lens of that has really inspired me to really last probably 6 or 7 years to continue what I'm doing in the field of social work and get into this business that I've started as well.
There you go.
Photography.
So you were super young, but do you have much memory of Romania?
I do. Parts of the orphanage, certainly I do. And remember the children, of course, some of the friends that I got to know there. But I was adopted through a church that my parents were going to. And so they did sort of a sponsorship thing. And so that really inspired them. My mom had taken a trip to India a few years prior to that. And she was like, I just see us doing this, talk to my dad about it. And they're originally supposed to get a girl from India. And instead, I was the chosen,
there you
as
go.
it were. And I'm so incredibly blessed by them. They live here in Springfield, so I'm always over at my parents and just love family, love having that family unity in that way. So
that's awesome. So when you came to the States, it was directly to Springfield. You'd been in Springfield the whole time after that?
Yeah, my parents had come from Champaign-Urbana. They were living there at the time with my other 2 siblings. And then my dad's job, he was in pharmaceutical sales, so he picked up Champaign, and his territory moved Springfield southern region. So he had basically everything Springfield south. So Springfield was what made sense for him. He was working at St. John's at the time, sometime in that, and then got on with the company he was with Bristol Myers Squibb.
Okay, awesome.
But yeah, Springfield's always been the main hub as far as living here. Yeah.
So when you were going to Springfield High, did you know at that point that you wanted to do some social work? Was that always part of the plan, or did that come later?
I think that came later. I was at Lincoln Land at the time. I was at CACC, Capital Area Career Center at the time, both sophomore year into junior year. And as I was getting into my senior year with CACC, it was law enforcement, criminal justice was like, okay, you help people. This could be a really great way to really make an impact. But I'm like, man, to have to carry the weapons they do and things, I don't know. Just, you have to tackle people. You have to know how to like de-escalate, and I'm just like, oh, this is wow. But it was like, okay, I have such an impactful story. Like I want to use that to really help others, and that just led me through as I was wrapping up high school into college years and really looking at, okay, what kind of major do I want to do? And it was just really encouraging to work in those fields too. So starting out with the district and working with students, and then moving on to, other companies, working sexual assault prevention, which I know is such a big topic to really cover, and really just to know what the right things to say and to help people in that way too. But then through DCFS and working with them for a little bit, and then it's led into to now with prevention and substance abuse prevention and all that. So it's been a wide range of different things, in between also volunteering for different organizations and being a big brother for Big Brothers Big
Oh,
Sisters for
cool.
many years at one point, and just the gratification of helping people has always just been such a blessing for me, because
Yeah.
I feel like I can give that back, and yeah, it's been amazing.
Yeah. In that type of role, you can have a tremendous impact on people's lives. Just amazing.
Yeah, every day. It may not seem rewarding in the grand scheme of things with the work and the case notes you have to do or whatever it may be, but you know you are making an impact for that individual or that family by just being there for
Hmm.
them. Oftentimes we tell people, if you are just there to listen, that's oftentimes what they need. And in this role in social work, it is very much being there for them at their most vulnerable time, to just listen, to just be there,
Right.
show up. I know many people are big on that. Just show up and be there for them.
Right. Would that be the biggest thing for somebody? Somebody out there listening right now and somebody's going through something difficult, just to be there for that person? Would that be a big takeaway for them?
Yeah. Be there because they matter,
Mhm.
right? Be there because in a time where they feel like nobody is there, you are there. And like I said, they matter, you matter, right? You're working together in that way. And oftentimes those people want people who care for the same things you do, right?
Mhm.
And slowly that will get them out of their comfort zone to be able to, right, open up and talk about what their situation is. But you first have to build that trust, and oftentimes that's just being there with them and sitting, and
Yeah.
it's not a stare off, but it's just, I'm here when you need,
Mhm.
I'm here when you need me.
Absolutely. So, when's the first time you picked up a camera and is like, man, this is really cool. I like this.
I was in a film club at Springfield High. Shout out to Dave Heinzel and his team with the film club back over so many years now. They don't even have it anymore. But at the time, they had this film club going, and it was my freshman, sophomore year, and part maybe beginning of junior year. But they had this club, anybody could join. Dave was a huge multimedia geek. He had cameras, he had the whole lighting and backdrops. We were using the place off of Stanton at the time, which is the technology office for the
Mhm.
district. And so we were using their back garage. And anybody listening to this knows, like, that was the place to be for the film club. And it was a great time. And it was a movie that we were featuring, a small feature film for a contest we were going to do. And Dave brought his digital cameras, and it really was just like one of those things where it was like, oh my gosh, wow, the body of this camera. And at the time, it looked big to me, but of course, they were just Canons and Nikons, were just
Right.
kind of their own little thing. And so I was like, this is sweet. And it just blew up from there. I was so intrigued with his lenses and the fact that he was taking them off and things. And so then we were able to take cameras home. They had to sign them out and
Yeah.
stuff, but I would take cameras home. I would take pictures of my dog and my parents and my sister. My brother was off at college at the time, so it was just the four of us. But I was just like, this is so cool. It just inspired me. And then for a while, I stayed with it, and it inspired me through just taking pictures of flowers and things like that, little things in between. Up through college, I didn't really do a lot with it, just kind of left it be. But then it really picked back up 2019. 2020, of course, was COVID. 2021, we're still inside and was really getting around. We still don't know a whole lot of what's going on with coronavirus and all that. We moved forward about another 2 years. 23, I got married to my beautiful wife, and I had cancer in 23. And so while trying to develop what I wanted this to be as a small business during COVID, so 21, I had to stop all that because I was getting treatments and I was being treated for a blood cancers, a lymphoma,
Okay.
non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And so while doing that, it was just, you don't know what you don't know. We
Right.
weren't sure about all the answers. So I picked up the camera again, and I was trying to learn how could I had bought a camera off of a buddy who gave me a couple lenses with it. And I was like, how can I really develop this? I knew what I was doing with the camera, but I was like, okay, how can I go from there? And I got through my treatments. Everything was still very hard.
Hmm?
But while I was at home, in between sessions where I'd have to go to the hospital to have treatment, I'd come home and I'd start working on my camera. I'd start working on picking up some clients. And the first client I ever had was a couple out near Champaign Urbana, and they wanted me to do some senior pictures for their grandson at Allerton Park, and it was amazing. My first client, my first paid job, and I took a step out on faith to kind of like we've talked about
Hmm.
to see where this was going to go, and it has boomed. Robert, it has been so inspiring. It has been amazing. I bought my EIN, I bought my name for the company, all of which I was like, this is crazy.
It's
Like
all
that's
real
actually
now.
happening.
Yeah, it's real.
So for 24, 25, 20, now we're in 26 clients. I mean, it's week after week after week. It's creating partnerships with businesses that I never thought would pick me up. Having one of my biggest ones with DSI and just really getting to work with Jay Shanley and the team there. And they have been such an amazing group, but other businesses too. And organizations, nonprofit organizations, Sojourn has been amazing. I've done their fundraiser now. This will be my second year for them, and just really cultivating that. And of course, along the way, being able to purchase what I can in the business and my lighting and more lenses, and it's awesome.
How'd that feel? That dig in a little bit more on that Allerton client, those senior pictures, that first one. That's just a special feeling, right? To get, hey, this is my first paid gig.
Yeah, it was interesting because I was still going through treatments at the time, so I had to be really careful with my white cells because
Uh-huh.
right when you get treatments, your white blood cells are all everything in your system is just eradicated. But so when showing up to the park, getting to meet the family and their grandson, ultimately it was that feeling like okay, I I'm doing this. I get to tell him where to stand, and his pictures turned out amazing. I brought us like a stool ladder for me, so I could take some pictures pointing down of
Yeah.
him. And oh my gosh! First of all, the space at Allerton Park is just beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Up
Yeah.
and around the mansion
Hmm.
and up near kind of the long side of the park is amazing. Man, it's such a great feeling, and it was an hour and a half, and the whole session just felt like a dream, really. But it was great. And then to receive my first payment,
Right.
it was like okay,
Look at that.
wasn't really sure, like, okay, this is not a whole lot, but I'm gonna do something with it. And over the years, you just start to build up more of your budgeting needs and what you need for your business. And of course, over these last 4 or so years, I've had to raise my prices more and more, but
Mm.
it is amazing. I feel like I'm living a dream every time I get to work with someone new.
Come on. Love it.
So,
So cleared through all the treatments and
yeah,
everything. All good to go there.
yeah, got cleared from treatment side of it a day after my birthday. So February of 24. So this happened in 23. So I had roughly almost 6 months of treatments, hard treatments. I mean, we're talking very aggressive type treatments. And then it was a dream come true to hear the doctor. We've done it. It was a very treatable. I don't want to make it sound like that's never right. If you think it's impossible, it is possible, right? I mean, so this was a very treatable type, and just thankful to God every day that we get to live on this earth, another day, and certainly we take a lot for granted, and so that really put into perspective my health and just really working on my health better and just getting into the gym and things like that. So that was definitely amazing to hear the doctor. We've done it.
Right.
He looked straight at me and said, "We've done it,"
Oh, come on.
and that was it's hard not to get emotional hearing
Oh, I
that,
bet.
right? And the doctors, just give you every sense of hope that they can for you. It's never a negative outcome, right? We don't quite know, but we're gonna find out
Right.
kind of answers. And I heard that through my entire team, Dr. Shaw and Robert Macharnik and all them at SIU, and it was amazing.
So you've grown significantly since that first Allerton gig. You mentioned DSI. What all are you doing for them?
Yeah, so we've done just a couple of things in between with some projects that they've asked me to come on in the last year or so, and then recently did the project for the opening of the farmers market in collaboration with St. John's Hospital, and so that was a lot of fun. Tons to be able to pick from there and be able to do. DSI is actually started with their friends of the farmers market dinner that I did, and it just really kind of grew from there. And being able to talk with Cassie and they had a different director at the time then, but Cassie was really a great impact and really believing in my work and bringing me on. And since then, having Jay Shanley step into the role, and he's been incredible. And so yeah, so I've really enjoyed them and other businesses that have come on that I've been able to work with and picking up a couple restaurants. I've done a restaurant or two in the past, but having more of that. So for like being able to do small lighting menu options for some of their marketing needs, but also nonprofits. So working with organizations, headshots or team shots. I use Christy Mitchell's studio. Got to give a shout out
Oh
to
yeah,
Christy, who
Christy. Yep, she was
was,
on here not too awful long
yeah,
ago.
she's been awesome in letting me use her studio space for things. And as a baby photographer, you want to be able to reach out to people and network. So people like Lauren Compton, Christy Mitchell, Zach Adams, who I think of it as really a guardian angel kind of surrounding me. And those three people have been amazing. The insight, the input, just the advice, where to go, how to do it, what kind of camera you need for that, and it's been amazing. So
I love to hear that too, because we talk about that a lot on the show, the collaboration piece. We always talk about you compete at the bottom, you collaborate at the top.
yeah,
So when you're in there with the folks that are in your same industry and collaborating and help each other out, that's how we're all growing together. We
yeah,
love that.
yeah, and it's not that one person's up here because they do more work in X, Y, and Z, and I'm somehow down here doing. No, it's not that kind of mindset. When you
Mhm.
are in a collaboration like that, you are in it to be like. And I tell Zach all the time, I want to learn from you. Be humble in that way and really learn from people like him and others who can really take you under their wing and help you and draw near to that.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Draw near to that. Draw near to networking groups like Land of Lincoln, which I have hands down. Join if you need. I don't know if I need to do a promo for this, but like Land of Lincoln for sure. Join. If you're on the fence, join. Local First is one of those that also want to join soon and look forward to joining. So it's been incredible
Mhm.
and got to give all the glory to God, but all those who've been in there and helped and just really taking me under their wing.
Love it. So you were talking about the restaurant shots. So are you talking about maybe doing their menu, or are you talking about doing stuff for their social media?
Yeah, so both did Taste of Soul when they were here, and Kim Simone's an awesome chef and owner, and she was great at promoting the restaurant really well. And so being able to work with her and that after, of course, Buzz Bomb and Taste of Soul both shut down, but being able to have that partnership for her was awesome. But now working with Creole Smoke and being able to help out with some menu ideas for her, and we'll do some small light table lighting ideas to drawing dishes that she can use for both DoorDash and for her menu, and then trying to be able to put that out for her website and for her media, Facebook, all that, that she wants to be able to. My friend somewhere over there who owns it with she and her family, and it's really it was a idea that she and her family kind of took on, but they're really giving it to her daughter, and I think that that's really great to really carry that tradition down and to be able to help others, and she's been a great light. She's been at Levitt camp this summer, being able to collaborate with her at Levitt and talk about what her ideas are, and so I can't wait. Can't wait. This It's going to be great to work with her. So.
Love it. You enjoy Levitt? You've been down
I
all summer
have,
so
yeah.
far?
So I'm
Yeah.
I'm on the volunteer committee, so we've had the joy of coming out and helping set up with other partners, and of course, yesterday was a hot setup.
Yep.
Boy, we got through it, and it's always fun just coming out there and being able to help out, and then to watch it, seeing all the performers that come out is just awesome. So having the Levitt Foundation here and being a part of such a bigger picture for Springfield has been awesome, and I've had a lot of fun in helping out with them, and yeah, it's a lot of fun.
It's drawn some especially big crowds this year, hadn't it? They've had some big numbers on those Thursday nights, haven't they?
Yeah,
Attendance wise?
yeah, they have, and I think this last one where they had the drone show the
Mhm.
week before last, this one at least the week prior, where they had an incredible turnout for, of course, because Visit Springfield was doing their a partnership with a drone company to celebrate Route 66 and the
Mhm.
250th, and it's awesome. It is awesome. That was the most as far as attendance I had ever seen, and they post it every week. So it's wow. These crowds are getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
It's good to see. It's
Uh,
good to see people coming downtown, going to the events, the whole thing. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Right. You say that, and that's funny because when we were looking at 2020 with everything shut down,
Mhm.
and then how were we going to, and that was one of the big things talking with DSI is like, how can you help us in really growing? It's not that people aren't coming down, but like we want people to want to come down, right?
Mhm.
And so doing events like the dinner and the farmers market and, things like that, and working with other small businesses down there, showing that through photography is anything downtown. Old State Capitol, they're another
Mhm.
big one I've worked with, showing that Springfield is not boring, right? There's a lot of great, rich history here.
No doubt about it.
How can we really put that together to really to make it lively? And it's been amazing to see so many businesses have come down to Springfield since then
Yeah.
and come back into the fold.
Great to see. Now you've been in Springfield most of your life. You go to a lot of these events. Do you have an absolute favorite Springfield event that you like to go to, or maybe even a couple if you don't want to say just one?
Okay. Certainly the 11 Amp is a great event that I really enjoy going to. The Lucky Horseshoes
Oh yeah,
is I've been down this season, but I've usually gone in the past with groups or church groups, and we usually have a evening to go see them. And so watching some good baseball is really fun, especially right here in Springfield. So certainly the Lucky Horseshoe is probably be another great big
yeah.
event
They're
that I
fun, aren't they? They've
yeah.
got to actually have a drone show coming up here soon too. I think it's in about a week.
Oh,
I know I've got tickets to the game.
oh my gosh, good to know because I've got some people that definitely would be interested in,
Okay.
and friends that usually come with me for Levitt, and I know I could take them right down to the stadium and do that too. So
Yeah, check it out. I think it's coming up real soon. I think it's within a week. I mean, don't
okay,
quote me on that, but I think it's coming up real soon.
and
So
hopefully tickets are
yeah.
still
Oh yeah.
available.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. You
yeah,
should. Yeah, you should be fine. So
okay,
no, those are fun. We did the Legends game a few weeks back. That was a good time. You know,
okay,
when
yeah,
they bring
yeah,
the
yeah.
pros
That's
and
right.
everything. That was fun.
Oh
That
my
was
gosh,
super
I saw
fun.
that.
Yeah, I played in it last year, and then I coached this year. Coached against we were talking before. Coached against my business partner in the coaching. So we were
Oh, fun.
dueling coaches that night.
Only
That's
that time, right? But
that
other
only
times we're
yeah.
working
The rest of
together.
the time we're together. That night we were butting heads,
Right,
Cubs
right.
cards. But yeah, no, that was a really fun night. And Jamie and Melissa, their entire crew out there, they just do a phenomenal job. And we talk about bringing things to Springfield and having more opportunity for people to do stuff and fun and lively stuff. It's just another option for people to get out and have fun in Springfield. And that whole corridor there is being transformed with Landfear being redone and then Pillsbury going down and the rail line getting moved. It's really cool to see that area also getting redeveloped while adding cool stuff to Springfield.
Yeah, that is big because it's not just what's downtown, right?
Right.
It is you can look by Lanphier and see the stadium there, right?
Hmm.
For Lucky Horseshoes and there's Riverside with the BMX and there are things to do. There are things you can put your children in, the YMCA on both sides of town and I go to both obviously, but there are events happening all the time. Those are the kinds of things that I'm showing up to. Those are the kinds of things that people will call me and say, "Can you come cover this or come cover that?" And it's inspiring to see like, oh, wow, there are things going on. You can look through a Visit Springfield magazine and see what to do, but right here within it's usually 15 minutes within Springfield, you
Yeah.
can kind of get anywhere if you just drive 15 minutes east and 15 minutes south. There are things to do.
Yeah.
Passfield Golf Course.
Hmm.
They've also got a lot of events going on or golf outing for different charities and things like that. I know you guys just wrapped up the Memorial
Right.
one.
Yep. That was super fun to go out there
Oh
too. Yeah.
man, again, if you're into golf, you're doing that kind of stuff for a great cause. Yeah, it's great. There's so much to do, and I feel like I can't hit everything, right? But the two I mentioned are two big ones during the summer that you could definitely do: baseball and then get some music in
Yeah.
every week. So
Completely agree. No, the idea is to have the whole community to be vibrant. We talk a lot about downtown, but the idea is to have a vibrant Springfield, whether that's
right,
downtown, north side, south side, east side, west side. We want the whole place to be vibrant and things to do and events and people prospering and thriving because that's when we're going to elevate Springfield, right? That's when we're going to all grow. When
yeah.
we have all those things.
And you certainly having Elevate and other businesses that help to businesses in that and the growth. But having the networking is so important and just to really develop getting others on board who may not know about what's going on around town or even just within the state of Illinois, but Springfield itself. And there's so much history that you can always find somebody to take to the museum. But that networking part is so important and just really creating, camaraderie and just the friendships that you start over time and it's amazing. And Springfield is for me, and especially in the business with photography, hands down has been one of the best ways to create friendships, lifelong partnerships with people, promoting so certain events I am the sponsor. So big board of big names. You will see my name on most, if not all, of those events that I've done, where they're like, "We want to sponsor you
Mhm.
because we love the work that you're doing." I just wrapped up Paint the Street with Springfield Art Association, and
That's always a fun one.
it
Yeah.
is, and it was great to be able to capture the images that people like artists are so talented. First of all, to be able to come down and paint like I didn't even know you could do that with the concrete. It's gravels. You have to like brush it away. So people are very detailed about how they're sweeping that stuff away. But then you start seeing their paintbrushes start to hit the
Yeah.
street, and it's those images turned out beautiful. So that was definitely a great project to be on, certainly to be sponsored by, and so stuff like that where community brings people.
Mhm. Doubt about it.
Very much believe in that. Community brings people.
You mentioned networking, how big that is for everybody. I don't know if you saw, but on Land of Lincoln, we're just about to hit 6 million in revenue generated in terms of referral
Yes.
revenue, right? So
Oh,
just about to hit that, and we did a little more business this morning. So I think we're going to be probably pushing over that 6 million, and that's
awesome.
all in about 16 months now. So not bad, not bad. So
That is
important.
amazing, and we talk a lot about in our group with Land of Lincoln referrals with just within our group and referrals going out to those businesses right there, and it's awesome. And I've had the pleasure of when we're in those meetings of talking to Jane Hayes and their group that comes out, and of course getting a lot of insight from Dalton Mender. It's got Mender Media, and just really looking at like how to really collaborate on growing and
Mhm.
being together in that, and just partnered with Agility, be doing some headshots for them. And
Oh, cool.
so again, that referraling is so important, and just within our organization is amazing.
Yeah.
Is amazing to see how people are truly taking every opportunity and running after it. It's awesome. 6 million is
Yeah.
huge. Congratulations.
Well, it's everybody doing business
Yeah.
together. It's everybody taking to heart, hey, let's refer folks to each other. Let's do business with each other when we can, right? And that's just when we do that, when we work together like that, we're going to grow together. So that's the whole point of it. So,
Yeah, Jeff, and we'll give out a shout out to Jeff
oh
Dillman.
yeah.
He's great. He and Will for me are definitely been a great dual partner in within Land of Lincoln, and certainly having their business to really look at in terms of how they've grown, and even as far as not just them being in our networking group, but how they're even spreading the message out from their company and doing so much business for people around Springfield. And Jeff just he leads a great team, and certainly Will has a huge impact on the people he meets. So
Completely agree. Y'all know Jeff Dillman. He's on here quite often.
yeah,
So everybody out there know that's a listener of Elevate or watcher of Elevate. They know Jeff Dillman.
the-
So with your services, what's your main one right now? Is it working with groups? Is it headshots? Is it senior pictures? Is it weddings? What's your main thing?
yeah. So I don't do weddings. I don't do a whole lot of senior shots.
Right.
I do advertise family and children. That's a lot of private stuff, but a lot of my niche in how I've grown is working with businesses, nonprofits, and then working with local individuals with smaller type businesses, I guess. So like
Mhm.
artists. So I've picked up a couple artists that are going to be coming into the studio to do some art related headshots and artwork for branding. So getting them started for their businesses. I'm working with a couple magazines. Some of my work actually is being featured with Afro House, and then the Aviator, which is now Black Artists Matter.
Mhm.
And so the Noir Six exhibit for all of Juneteenth. I was their media sponsor for the Juneteenth Inc. committee, and so getting out to do all their events this summer was a lot of fun. But the Noir Six was coverage I did that will be featured in a Black Artist Matter magazine,
Come
which is a
on.
huge honor.
That's awesome.
And it's a yearly magazine they do. So to really feature, some incredible artists that came to that. Certainly, Zach had a piece in that as well, and just the curators and being able to for them to really come together with the Illinois State Museum and partner with that was awesome. And so, working with individuals who have some really great talent. There is really a lot of satisfaction working with artists who want to showcase their work. I mean, one who came to me and said, "I've wanted to do this for years, but I don't know how to do it, or I don't know how to get it out." And I'm like, "I got you." So I'll be working with her to get some pieces. She is in the Noir Six as well exhibit. I encourage everybody to get out there. It'll be running through September, and it's amazing stuff. So
And if people haven't heard of that yet, where's that at?
it's at the old state capitol. You can go anytime between, of course, now when they did it for Juneteenth, of course, was the opening exhibit, but through now and then through September, I can't
Mhm.
remember the exact date, but and it'll be displayed at the top level, the second level of the old state capitol, and then down below they've got walls that also circle around with people's artwork, and there's pieces from painted stuff all the way through photographs. Everybody's got something there that matters to them and that was beautiful around. So right now that is kind of big. My bigger thing is working with individuals
Mhm.
right now. So creative shoots and working with people that really want to spotlight some of their work. And that has been very good for me, as well as continuing to work with some businesses as well this summer, which has really picked up as well. So, and I'll be still working with the Old State Capitol. Got a couple events coming up for them too. So
Awesome. So is most of your stuff with these individuals or businesses, is it very much individualized, or do you have standard things that you do for companies or individuals out there?
it's individualized. I always tell people, just let me know what kind of shots you're looking for, and we can kind of go there from there. Or I can help build some certain shots I want to see. But for these individual people that are coming in, a lot of times they'll look at me and they're like, I just don't know how to stand, or I don't know how to I don't know how my piece is going to really show out. And I'm like, I've got a couple things that we can look at as far as poses and different angles, right? So you
Mhm.
want to work with the client. A lot of times I will have a client meeting before we even do the shoot. So really talking to them about what their options are, because some of them come in and they're like, I have no idea. Like, I'm trusting you, right? So it's really being able to work with them to like really make what I feel is going to be best and what's going to look great. And for the businesses, a lot of times if they come in, I bring a light or two with me, but for the most part, they know, like, they've worked with some others before,
Sure.
whatever. They're like, "Oh, okay, like, this is gonna be I'll just sit on a bench, a tall bench or a chair, or we'll do a large team, like, wide shot of them." Those kind of businesses work well because they know what to expect, so it's not as hard for them. But individuals, I always say you wanna make them as comfortable as possible, especially when you're coming into a studio setting. Like I said, they may be meeting you for the first time. I've done some of that
Right.
where I've had a couple people come in, meet me for the first time. We've maybe talked through phone or email, but like that first handshake was the first time we met. And it was like, now I need to be able to make this sort of show for them that they want to be here, like that they're comfortable, letting them see the pictures as we do it. So like turning my camera so that they know like this is how you look and this is how the lighting looked, and it's always fun. In
Mhm.
the end, it's always fun. You want to create that fun atmosphere for them, regardless. Set aside all the peer pressure and set aside all the nerves, and come in and they're like, "Oh, I don't know how to stand," or whatever. It's like, let's just have fun. Let's just make it a fun shoot.
Yeah.
And with my creative shoots that I do, just make it fun. Bring in your art, bring in your whatever it may be. I've got a guy I'm working with soon. He's a poet and an activist here in Springfield. And he's like, "Can I bring some change of outfits?" I'm like, "Yeah,
Yeah, let's go.
bring some change of outfits. Let's do it." He's got a microphone because he's a poet, so he writes his own stuff, and he's really big into really activating words that he says and to really magnify it. So I'm like, okay, let's get a picture of you with the mic so we can use that a certain way or whatever. So
Mm.
you tell me what's going to be fun, and my job is to make it happen.
There you go. What do you love most about the process from that time you meet them and kind of get an idea what they want to the finished product? What do you love most about it?
Working with them, the start to finish, working with them. Oftentimes, if it's someone that I know I'm going to have to meet first to get an idea of what they need and how to work through the contract and everything, that is a great time. But then when you actually get to doing it, or I'm at a dinner event or a fundraiser, and it's like, okay, hi, how are you? Okay, we've met, and then you're talking with them through the event, and you get to see. Even I've been to some events where I know people there, and it's like, oh my gosh, how you doing? Like, so you get to be able to really interact with these organizations or businesses or whatever, and just have fun with it. And then to the very end where it's like, okay, I had a really great time. And a lot of times they're like, we want to see you next year. Let's do it. Let's create a partnership from that. And it's from meeting them to the end of the night. And it's a lot of fun. I would say that's the biggest gratification, is being able to have that fun time and being able to interact with my clients. But the editing photos is also very
Yeah.
neat. It's a lot of fun to go through and see the pictures you took, and of course on a little screen on your camera you can't really see all that well, all the details. So to really magnify it on my Adobe and go through it, and start to go through contrast and lighting and the white and black
Yeah.
and the sharpness and everything. Oh, it's that too is fun.
It's funny you say that too, because
So,
a lot of people may think of editing as the tedious part,
mhm.
right? But I'm similar to you in that aspect. I like the editing side. I like going on, like when we're done here, I'll go through and edit, and like I like doing that part. I enjoy the
Yes,
editing, right?
I do too. Because I mean, it's not like I sit there and start to critique my work, but in a way, it's like, okay, how could I have learned from that image? Like, you take something from each image, and it's like, oh, okay. So then you start to kind of break down that part of it, and mentally. But then it's like, oh my gosh, that is such a great shot. You see a shot. Oftentimes, and I know other photographers will know this, you are doing a candid shoot or something like that, and you're like, okay, you don't want to get them squinting because then that's not a great shot to get
Right.
back to them. But you see someone who's got their eyes open and they're laughing like this or something,
Huh?
and you shoot that. You only have seconds to see how that image is going to turn out. And I often will keep those kind of images because those are the best kind of images to give back. And they're like, oh my gosh, I literally did not know you caught that because you're in the corner somewhere.
Right,
And
right.
you're able to, of course, with wide angle lenses, you're able to zoom in quite a bit from far distance, and it's amazing.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
yeah, and that's the part where you as a photographer, you're thinking, "Man, I wanna make my client look phenomenal." And I'm thinking the same thing when I'm editing this because,
Right.
this episode is not about me, it's about you. I wanna make sure that you look phenomenal over there. So
Thank you,
when I
Robert.
when you're going through the editing process, that's always in the back of my mind, make sure I'm spotlighting you. This isn't me, and that you're doing the
Exactly.
same thing, right?
Actually, exactly. And that is hands down one of the most important things going back to what we were talking about as far as how individual clients versus businesses want to what their biggest thing to get out of it is, and it is really to showcase them, put
Mhm.
them in the front. They may tell you, "Oh my gosh, you did such a great job and thanks for being out here and oh my gosh, we can't wait to see it." No, this whole event was about you.
Mhm.
Thank you for letting me be out here. I tell all my clients that. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me come out. Year 2, year 3, year whatever it may be that we've done this. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I appreciate this like with Sojourn, this will be my second year with them and it is doing something like that is inspiring because you're covering a mission for them.
Mhm.
It's like, thank you for letting me be part of your mission. And it's amazing. And so, no, truly, they're the ones that really get all the credit. And I'm there to make you look good. And
Right.
I appreciate you letting me do that.
There
You
you
know?
go. So, completely selfish question here. So, my daughter, I know you listen to the show and everything.
Yeah.
So, my daughter
I've
that
seen
does
her
the
on.
Tuesday episode with me,
Yes.
she's taken up photography a
Yeah.
little bit. She likes photography. So, any maybe underrated or lesser known spots in Springfield, indoor or outdoor, that she could hit?
First of all, the art alley here downtown is amazing. If you ever bring her downtown and just to get alleyways and shots like that is a great way. Anywhere downtown, first of all, is going to be a great spot to get shots in and around the old state capitol. But as far as just really capturing really great moments in a wide space, Lincoln Memorial Gardens.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I've done some family shoots out there. It is absolutely beautiful out there. You go as far as the entryway, but then you're inside the park and then out toward the other end of the lakeside. And oh my gosh, there are huge circular sanctuary looking things, and it is amazing. So definitely there's tons of just secluded areas. Jim Edgar, or she likes kind of wildlife stuff, but even within Springfield, just getting shots on the west end of town. Oh my gosh. First of all, getting shots of old buildings or abandoned buildings near downtown, near sort of the north end of town. North end, I mean like North Grand coming onto Fifth Street, those kind of areas where there's some old abandoned buildings. But there is so much building space that if she likes just getting rustic look kind of feel, old farms. Have you ever just drive out into a rural area of kind of near Athens or
Yeah.
even those areas out there? Old farm pictures are beautiful. You just capture like an old abandoned barn or a barn that maybe is still up and going, but there's a lot there that you can take in. And so, yes, those would be my recommendations for her, and really just getting out there and playing with her camera,
Mhm.
and just practice, 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 and it makes perfect. And so I'm glad to hear. I didn't realize she was. I heard through the other videos she's done, but
Yeah.
I didn't know how involved like she
Yeah.
really gets
She
with it
enjoys
until
it.
really hearing her, and it's I really commend her. She's coming into a time where I was very much like that through high school when I did the film club and stuff. So have her join different, film clubs, or if there's groups that are get together and do like a network thing of
Hmm.
like photography, or if a group of friends go out with her and do some photography, man, that's the best way. I mean, she's on the right path, and
Love it.
so
Well, so much good business stuff so far, Rob. Let's flip over to the personal for a minute. What are some ways you elevate your life personally?
elevating my life, I think it's different for everyone certainly, but really just being an impact for the people around me, and just for me with my story, it is being able to share that whenever people have questions. It's like, where are you from? And it's like, and then they start to kind of listen to you, and it's like, wow. So being able to make that difference in somebody is just really important, and just helping others see we all come from different backgrounds, and we can all learn from each other in that. So I would say that would be one of them for sure. That would be probably the most important way for me to elevate my life, and to really
Hmm.
to let others in with that, and to really help me grow and things in that way too. Personally, I very much rely on people to personally help me grow in that way. So
Absolutely. Well, so much great stuff. Congratulations on the growth so far in the
thank you.
business.
I
Good
really
luck to
appreciate that.
that continued growth that I know you're going to have.
Thank you.
Let's close with these last couple of things. Let's give the audience a piece of advice, one on the personal side, one on the professional side, to help them elevate their life or business.
Okay. I think one on the personal, take time for yourself and take time to work on being the best you. I think that's so important. I think that is often not said enough. And I think that it really truly elevates me when I can work on myself, physical, mental, spiritual, and that shines in so many ways. So really look at that, and you matter. You've got so much potential in being able to do that. So helping others to be able to do that has really helped me. But on the business, really just I would say the piece of advice there is never say never. Never say never. Never sell yourself short. I know that's one thing Zach Adams talk all the time, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. Or I'll go up to him and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I sound like I'm complaining all the time to you. And he's like, man, you aren't doing any of that. He's like, I appreciate, your heart, because someone who's willing to see themselves and to learn and grow, take that initiative to learn from others. And for me, I guess in that way, I'm also talking about myself in this way too, is never stop growing. You could be in the business for 45 years, and there's something you still have learned in photography. And I just appreciate hearing people tell me that, like, never stop learning. You have a learner's heart every step of the way, and that to me I will always carry. So
Let's go. And is there anything we can do community wide to help all of us here elevate Springfield and the surrounding communities?
yeah, be involved and be a change maker. Be a change maker with each other in the community, and grow together. I think it's very easy for us to have that mindset of I'm just going to do this, and my idea is to grow on my own, and I can do this. And then we kind of see ourselves fail. And if I had community around me, if I would have had more people there standing with me, we could have done this together.
Hmm.
Right. The motto at Green Toyota, we're all in this together.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I hear Miles talking about that all the time. It's like, we're all in this together, and community is so important in that way. So help each other to elevate and help each other to grow and be impactful, be that impact for the community.
Let's go. Well, Rob, if an individual or business is out there and they want to do some work with you, where they go, man?
Yeah, they're gonna go a lot of places. I've got social medias on most of the platforms. I'm not on X, but I am on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, and so you can look it up. Portrait Perfect by Rob. It's like a lot of people get tongue twisted with the business name, but it is Portrait Perfect by Rob on those social media platforms. And then my website is portraitperfectimages.com. You can have a gander, see all my projects and pricing, see all my community partners and sponsors that have done great work with me. My contact info as well. Email is portraitperfectbyrob@gmail.com. If you want to get a hold of me by email, I know some people are very old school and don't have a lot of the same understanding with technology, so they can always get a hold of me through email at portraitperfectbyrob@gmail.com.
There you go. Well, appreciate you coming down and visiting with me today, man. It's
Oh,
been fun.
thanks for having me, and thank you to the Elevate community, and just really pleasure to be on with you, Robert, and to be able to talk about this. So
Happy to have you, brother. Keep on pushing. I love it.
appreciate it.
All right, we're going to let Rob get back to elevating Springfield. But for the rest of y'all, we'll be right back.